Michel de Nostradam, better known as Nostradamus, remains a figure shrouded in enigma and intrigue centuries after his death. Welcome to Ray Damian Martinez channel. Born in 1503 in the south of France, Nostradamus lived during a period of great change. He emerged as a figure of fascination, his name whispered in the courts of kings and commoners alike. His cryptic prophecies, published in Les Prophéties, cemented his place in history. These quatrains covered a vast range of future events, from natural disasters to the rise and fall of empires. Some dismissed him as a charlatan, while others saw him as a true visionary. His prophecies have been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and debates. His name continues to be invoked in discussions about global events and political upheavals. Nostradamus' words offer a glimpse into the unknown, resonating in a world grappling with uncertainty. Whether seen as accurate predictions or imaginative works, Nostradamus has profoundly impacted our collective consciousness. Nostradamus's methods for peering into the future remain as much a mystery as the man himself. He claimed to have based his predictions on astrology, numerology, and divine inspiration. Nostradamus believed celestial movements held the key to understanding events on Earth. He drew inspiration from ancient texts and esoteric knowledge. Some believe he tapped into a collective unconscious, accessing hidden future knowledge. His writings, steeped in symbolism, reflect deep intellectual and spiritual engagement. Nostradamus's prophecies continue to be studied and debated, testament to his enduring vision. Regardless of one's stance, his impact on popular culture and fascination with the future is undeniable. Nostradamus's legacy lies in his mysterious writings and the questions they raise about time and fate. Throughout history, certain individuals have captured the world's imagination with their alleged ability to foresee the future. Nostradamus stands as one of the most enduring figures among these seers. His cryptic writings, collected in Les Prophéties, have been scrutinized for centuries. Some claim they predicted events like the rise of Adolf Hitler and the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. While skeptics argue these interpretations are often the result of confirmation bias, the allure of Nostradamus's prophecies persists. His quatrains, written in a cryptic and symbolic language, can be interpreted in numerous ways. This flexibility has led to a wide range of interpretations, predicting wars, natural disasters, and periods of peace and prosperity. The ambiguity of Nostradamus's prophecies has contributed to their enduring appeal. The lack of a definitive interpretation ensures that Nostradamus's prophecies remain a source of fascination and debate. Whether one views him as a genuine prophet or a master of wordplay, his writings have had a profound impact on our collective imagination. Nostradamus's legacy lies in the questions they raise about time, fate, and the human desire to understand the future. His enigmatic quatrains continue to captivate and intrigue us, reminding us of the enduring power of mystery and the allure of the unknown. Nostradamus chose to deliver his enigmatic glimpses into the future through a unique and complex form, the quatrain. These four-line verses, written in French, were far from straightforward pronouncements. Instead, they were shrouded in symbolism, allegory, and a linguistic ambiguity that has fueled centuries of debate and interpretation. Nostradamus's quatrains were not meant to be easily understood. Their true meaning veiled behind layers of metaphor and historical allusion. He believed that the true meaning of his prophecies would be revealed only to those who possessed the wisdom and insight to decipher their hidden depths. The language used in these quatrains was as much a product of its time as Nostradamus himself. He wrote in a blend of 16th century French, Latin, and Provençal, a regional language of southern France. This linguistic fusion, combined with his penchant for obscure vocabulary and grammatical inversions, made his quatrains challenging even for contemporary readers. Over time, the language of Nostradamus's prophecies has become even more difficult to interpret, requiring specialized knowledge and a deep understanding of historical linguistics to unravel. Adding to the complexity, Nostradamus frequently employed metaphors, allegories, and mythological references in his quatrains. Historical figures were often disguised under pseudonyms or veiled allusions, and events were described through symbolic imagery rather than direct narration. This deliberate obfuscation, according to some scholars, was a way for Nostradamus to protect himself from accusations of heresy, or to ensure that his prophecies could be applied to a range of historical situations. His quatrains, like ancient oracles, were designed to provoke thought and contemplation, rather than provide clear-cut answers. The very structure of the quatrain, with its rhyming scheme and metrical pattern, added another layer of complexity. Some scholars believe that Nostradamus embedded clues within the rhyme and rhythm of his verses, using specific word choices and metrical variations to convey hidden meanings. Others argue that the quatrain form was simply a convention of prophetic writing in Nostradamus's time, and that the true significance lies in the imagery and symbolism contained within the verses themselves. Regardless of the interpretation, the oracular verse of Nostradamus remains a testament to the power of language to both conceal and reveal, to challenge and captivate the human imagination. Central to Nostradamus's method was his belief in the influence of celestial bodies on human affairs. He spent countless hours studying astrological charts and calculating planetary movements. Nostradamus believed the heavens held the key to understanding the past, present, and future. His prophecies were often linked to astronomical events like eclipses and comets. He saw astrology as a web of influences interacting with human free will. Astrology provided a roadmap of potential outcomes, helping to anticipate challenges and opportunities. His prophecies were not absolute, but offered guidance and glimpses into possible futures. While modern science may view astrology as pseudoscience, it profoundly influenced Nostradamus's era. His prophecies continue to invite contemplation on the relationship between the celestial realm and human events. Nostradamus, despite living centuries before the United States' existence, penned verses that some interpret as eerily relevant to the nation and its future. Scattered throughout his cryptic quatrains are references to a great western land, a new republic, and a nation destined for both glory and turmoil. These allusions, though veiled in his characteristic ambiguity, have fueled speculation about Nostradamus's awareness of America's eventual rise to global prominence and the challenges it would face. One particular quatrain, often cited in discussions about Nostradamus and America, speaks of a land of liberty facing threats from within and without. From the ashes of a great empire a new nation shall arise, strong and free, but beware the serpents in its midst and the eagles that gather from across the sea. This verse, open to interpretation as are most of Nostradamus's pronouncements, has been linked to the American Revolution, the Civil War, and even modern political polarization. The serpents have been interpreted as representing internal divisions, while the eagles are seen as foreign powers seeking to undermine American strength. The quatrain's ambiguity allows it to resonate with different historical periods, reflecting the cyclical nature of political and social upheaval. Other verses hint at natural disasters and technological advancements that could reshape the American landscape. One quatrain speaks of fiery chariots traversing the sky, a possible allusion to space exploration or even the development of air travel. Another mentions earthquakes and floods that will test the nation's resilience, a chilling reminder of the ever-present threat posed by natural disasters in a nation as geographically diverse as the United States. The fact that Nostradamus's quatrains can be applied to various events throughout American history only adds to their mystique. Whether one views these connections as coincidental or evidence of genuine foresight, there's no denying the human tendency to find meaning and relevance in ancient prophecies, especially when they seem to align with current events or anxieties. The United States, with its relatively short but tumultuous history, provides fertile ground for such interpretations, as Nostradamus's vague pronouncements can be easily mapped onto the nation's narrative of triumph, tragedy, and constant evolution. Nostradamus, with his cryptic verses, seems particularly relevant in the context of modern America's deep political and cultural divisions. His quatrains resonate with the sense of polarization that defines the nation's political landscape. Some interpret his prophecies as warnings about the dangers of internal strife. One quatrain speaks of a house divided against itself. Two heads shall clash, their voices loud and strong. A house divided against itself cannot long stand. This verse eerily reflects the current state of American politics. The two heads can represent the two dominant political parties. The quatrain's message about the dangers of division and the need for unity resonates deeply. Kamala Harris's historic vice presidency has sparked interest in how Nostradamus might have viewed such a figure. Some believe his cryptic verses point to a female leader from the West. One quatrain speaks of a great lady of the West leading her people to a new age. This has led some to believe Nostradamus foresaw a figure like Kamala Harris. However, Nostradamus's quatrains are open to interpretation and could apply to other figures. The ambiguity allows for a wide range of interpretations, fueling debate centuries later. The possibility of a female president in the United States has been a topic of discussion for decades. Some have turned to Nostradamus, seeking clues within his prophecies about this potential turning point. Certain verses are seen as evidence that he foresaw a woman leading the nation. One quatrain speaks of a great queen who will rule with a just hand. From the land of the free, a queen shall arise, her reign marked by wisdom, her spirit wise. She'll heal the divisions, mend the broken trust, and guide her nation to a future just. This verse has led some to believe Nostradamus envisioned a female president of the United States. The emphasis on wisdom, justice, and healing aligns with qualities desired in a leader. However, the term queen could be metaphorical, referring to a woman of great influence. While it's tempting to draw direct connections, it's crucial to approach such interpretations with caution. Nostradamus's language is highly symbolic and open to multiple interpretations. Nonetheless, the speculation highlights the enduring fascination with prophecy and the human desire to find meaning in ancient texts. Nostradamus, despite living centuries before modern politics, left verses that resonate today. His cryptic quatrains allude to power struggles, betrayals, and unexpected turns of fate. These verses reflect timeless dynamics of leadership, ambition, and power. One quatrain speaks of lions and foxes vying for dominance. The lion's roar shall shake the ground, but cunning foxes prowl around. They weave their webs, their hunger for power bold. This captures the essence of political maneuvering. Strength clashes with strategy, and appearances can be deceiving. The lions might represent overt authority, while the foxes symbolize those working behind the scenes. Power dynamics are rarely straightforward, and true influence can lie in unexpected places. The intersection of prophecy and politics has always been a volatile mix, capable of inspiring both hope and fear, fueling movements and toppling regimes. Nostradamus's cryptic verses have been used throughout history to support various political agendas, often serving as tools for both legitimizing authority and inciting rebellion. The very act of interpreting Nostradamus's prophecies becomes a political act, as individuals and groups project their own beliefs, anxieties, and aspirations onto his ambiguous pronouncements. Throughout history, political leaders and revolutionaries alike have sought to harness the power of prophecy, recognizing its ability to sway public opinion, inspire loyalty, and sow seeds of doubt about the legitimacy of their opponents. Nostradamus's quatrains, with their veiled references to great kings, terrible wars, and times of change, provided ample material for those seeking to justify their actions or undermine their rivals. The inherent ambiguity of his prophecies allowed for a wide range of interpretations, making it relatively easy to find verses that seem to support a particular viewpoint or agenda. However, the use of prophecy in the political arena is fraught with danger. Interpretations can be manipulated, taken out of context, or even fabricated to serve specific interests. The tendency to find meaning in vague pronouncements can lead to confirmation bias, where individuals selectively focus on interpretations that align with their existing beliefs, while ignoring those that contradict their views. This can create a dangerous echo chamber, reinforcing pre-existing prejudices and potentially inciting violence or unrest. Furthermore, the reliance on prophecy to guide political decision-making can be a double-edged sword. While some may interpret prophecies as preordained destinies, inevitably leading to a particular outcome, others might see them as warnings or potential pitfalls to be avoided. This can lead to self-fulfilling prophecies, where individuals or groups, believing a particular outcome to be inevitable, take actions that inadvertently bring about the very event they were hoping to prevent. The relationship between prophecy and politics is complex and often fraught with ethical dilemmas. While Nostradamus's quatrains can provide interesting fodder for discussion and reflection on historical patterns and human nature, it's essential to approach any political interpretation of his prophecies with a critical eye, recognizing the potential for manipulation, misinterpretation, and the dangers of using prophecy as a tool for justifying violence or oppression. The enduring fascination with Nostradamus speaks to the power of belief, the human desire to find meaning in a chaotic world. Prophecy offers comfort, suggesting some things are predetermined and the future is not entirely beyond our grasp. This desire for certainty transcends cultural boundaries, fueling ongoing debate and speculation. Interpreting prophecy is as much about the interpreter as the prophecy itself. Individuals bring their own beliefs and experiences, shaping their understanding of the text. Nostradamus's quatrains allow for a wide range of interpretations, reflecting the reader's hopes and fears. For some, belief in prophecy provides hope, especially during times of crisis. The idea of a brighter future can inspire individuals and communities to work towards common goals. Prophecies can also serve as cautionary tales, encouraging reflection on actions and consequences. However, belief in prophecy can also be a source of anxiety and fear, especially with themes of disaster. Interpreting ambiguous pronouncements through one's anxieties can lead to a cycle of fear. Ultimately, prophecy stimulates imagination, provokes contemplation, and connects with human longings for meaning and control. Nostradamus's quatrains reflect our hopes, fears, and fascination with the mysteries of time and fate. As the 2024 US presidential election draws closer, the political landscape crackles with anticipation and anxiety. Some turn to the enigmatic verses of Nostradamus, seeking clues about the future. However, peering into Nostradamus's prophecies for clear predictions about the 2024 election is a fool's errand. His quatrains, shrouded in symbolism and ambiguity, defy easy interpretation. Attempting to extract specific predictions from his 16th century verses is like trying to fit square pegs into round holes. While some enthusiasts claim to have deciphered hidden messages, it's crucial to approach such interpretations with skepticism. The ambiguity of Nostradamus's language allows for a wide range of interpretations, often colored by the interpreter's own biases. Confirmation bias leads individuals to focus on interpretations that confirm their beliefs while ignoring contradictory views. Instead of searching for concrete predictions, a more fruitful approach is to view his quatrains as reflections on the timeless cycles of history. By examining his prophecies through this lens, we might glean insights into the recurring patterns of history and the importance of vigilance in safeguarding democracy. Stepping into the world of Nostradamus's prophecies is akin to navigating a labyrinthine maze. His quatrains, with their cryptic language and deliberate ambiguity, have spawned countless interpretations over the centuries. One of the primary challenges in interpreting Nostradamus's prophecies lies in deciphering his language. He wrote in a blend of 16th century French, Latin, and Provençal, often employing obscure vocabulary and wordplay. Over the centuries, language evolves, making the task of accurately translating and interpreting his quatrains increasingly complex. Adding to the puzzle is Nostradamus's penchant for symbolism and allegory. Historical figures are often disguised under pseudonyms, and events are described through symbolic imagery. This deliberate obfuscation adds layers of complexity to the task of interpretation. The very structure of Nostradamus's quatrains, with their rhyming scheme and metrical pattern, further complicates matters. The labyrinth of interpretation is further complicated by the tendency for individuals to focus on interpretations that confirm their existing beliefs. In today's digital age, Nostradamus and his cryptic prophecies have found a comfortable niche. The internet has become a breeding ground for both serious scholarship and wild speculation surrounding his quatrains. While some websites are dedicated to rigorous examination, others capitalize on the sensational aspects of his prophecies. The modern media often fall into the trap of sensationalizing Nostradamus's prophecies, presenting them as clear-cut predictions. This tendency to simplify and sensationalize complex material can mislead audiences. The rise of social media has further amplified the spread of both accurate and inaccurate information. Social media platforms can create echo chambers where individuals are primarily exposed to information that confirms their beliefs. This can lead to the rapid spread of misinformation and the formation of online communities united by shared anxieties. The challenge for responsible media outlets is to approach Nostradamus' prophecies with a critical eye. By promoting media literacy and encouraging skepticism, we can foster a more informed understanding of his work. The world of Nostradamus scholarship is often a battleground between rigorous academic scrutiny and unquestioning belief. Separating fact from fiction requires a careful examination of historical context and a willingness to engage with multiple interpretations. Nostradamus' quatrains can be interpreted in numerous ways, often revealing more about the interpreter's biases than his intentions. It's crucial to approach any interpretation with a critical eye, considering the evidence and methodology. Another challenge lies in the tendency to view his prophecies through the lens of hindsight. It's easy to find verses that seem to align with historical events after they've occurred. A rigorous examination requires considering the full scope of his work and avoiding cherry-picking prophecies. Nostradamus was a product of his time, reflecting the power dynamics and social anxieties of 16th century Europe. His observations about human nature and history resonate because they tap into timeless truths. By approaching his work with a critical yet appreciative eye, we can navigate the labyrinth of interpretation without falling prey to unfounded predictions. Despite centuries of scrutiny, Nostradamus remains an enigma, his cryptic verses continuing to captivate the imagination. The enduring allure of Nostradamus speaks to a deep-seated human fascination with the unknown. The human mind is naturally drawn to patterns, seeking order and meaning in a chaotic world. Prophecy offers a sense of comfort, a belief that some things are predetermined. Nostradamus's quatrains provide fertile ground for this pattern-seeking impulse. Interpreting prophecy can be an empowering exercise, offering a sense of agency in an unpredictable world. However, the allure of the unknown can also be a double-edged sword. The desire for certainty can lead individuals down a path of unquestioning belief. This unquestioning belief can have detrimental consequences, influencing political discourse and hindering rational decision-making. By approaching Nostradamus' prophecies with a discerning eye, we can engage with the mysteries of his quatrains without falling prey to unfounded predictions. As Americans prepare to cast their votes in the 2024 presidential election, the specter of Nostradamus looms in the background. The temptation to seek guidance within his enigmatic verses is understandable. However, bringing Nostradamus into the voting booth is a dangerous and misguided endeavor. Nostradamus was not a political commentator, nor was he privy to 21st century American politics. His quatrains reflect the anxieties and power struggles of 16th century Europe. Attempting to extract clear-cut predictions about a contemporary election from his verses is a recipe for confusion. The allure of prophecy in the political arena is undeniable. However, the use of prophecy for political gain is fraught with potential for manipulation and misinterpretation. Nostradamus offered no roadmap for applying his prophecies to specific political events. Allowing such interpretations to influence our political choices undermines the principles of rational discourse and evidence-based policymaking. While Nostradamus' prophecies offer no crystal ball for predicting the outcome of the 2024 election, nor should they be consulted as a guide for political decision-making, his quatrains can serve as a timeless mirror, reflecting back to us our own anxieties, aspirations, and the enduring challenges of human governance. Nostradamus, despite his enigmatic pronouncements, was a keen observer of human nature, and his writings, when viewed through the lens of historical context and literary analysis, offer insights into the cyclical nature of power struggles, the allure and dangers of unchecked ambition, and the fragility of social cohesion in the face of division and unrest. The themes that run through Nostradamus' quatrains, war, famine, natural disasters, political upheaval, the rise and fall of empires, are not unique to any particular historical period. They are timeless concerns that have plagued humanity since the dawn of civilization, anxieties that find expression in our myths, our literature, and our ongoing attempts to make sense of a world often perceived as chaotic and unpredictable. Nostradamus' prophecies, rather than offering concrete predictions about specific events, tap into this universal human experience, reflecting back to us our own fears and hopes in a language both familiar and deeply unsettling. His quatrains, with their veiled pronouncements and symbolic imagery, provide a canvas onto which we project our own anxieties about the future. our own interpretations of the past, and our own beliefs about the forces that shape human destiny. In this sense, Nostradamus' enduring appeal lies not in his ability to predict the future, but in his ability to articulate the timeless challenges and anxieties that continue to shape the human experience. His quatrains, whether viewed as divinely inspired pronouncements, astrological musings, or simply the product of a fertile imagination working within the constraints of 16th century knowledge, serve as a potent reminder of the enduring power of myth, the cyclical nature of history, and the importance of vigilance in safeguarding the principles of justice, equality, and human dignity in the face of those who would exploit fear, division, and uncertainty for personal or political gain. And as we stand on the precipice of the 2024 US presidential election, Nostradamus' quatrains, despite their allure and the temptation to mine them for clues about the future, offer no shortcuts, no easy answers, and certainly no guarantees. The future, as always, remains unwritten, a tapestry woven from the threads of individual choices, collective actions, and the unpredictable interplay of historical forces both within and beyond our control. The allure of prophecy lies in its promise of certainty, a glimpse behind the veil of time that might alleviate our anxieties and offer a sense of control in a world often perceived as chaotic and unpredictable. However, surrendering our agency to the ambiguous pronouncements of a 16th century seer, allowing his words to dictate our choices or shape our understanding of the future, is not only misguided, but ultimately disempowering. The true power to shape the future lies not in deciphering ancient prophecies, but in engaging with the present, in participating in the democratic process, and in holding our leaders accountable for their actions. It lies in fostering a society that values critical thinking, embraces nuance and complexity, and recognizes the dangers of surrendering our judgment to fear, misinformation, or the allure of easy answers. Nostradamus, despite his enduring mystique, offers no shortcuts on this journey. The future, as always, remains unwritten, a canvas awaiting the brushstrokes of our collective choices, our shared values, and our unwavering commitment to building a more just, equitable, and sustainable world for generations to come. The true legacy of Nostradamus, perhaps, lies not in the accuracy of his predictions, but in his ability to remind us that the future, while uncertain, remains ours to shape. Pause 3S. As we delve into the intriguing predictions of Nostradamus, one question looms large in the minds of many. Could his quatrains hint at a second term for Donald Trump? Pause 2S. Nostradamus, the 16th century seer, has been credited with foreseeing many significant events through his cryptic and enigmatic verses. Some enthusiasts point to certain quatrains that they believe hint at a leader who would divide and disrupt, a figure who could be seen as embodying the characteristics of Donald Trump. Pause 3S. Yet, deciphering these ancient texts is far from straightforward. Interpretations vary widely, with some seeing clear connections while others dismiss them as mere coincidences. Nostradamus' writings are notoriously vague, allowing for a multitude of readings, each shaped by the perspectives and biases of the interpreter. Pause 3S. In the context of the 2024 US presidential election, the allure of prophecy becomes particularly potent. The prospect of a re-election, with all its implications for the future of America and the world, inevitably leads some to seek guidance in the mysterious verses of Nostradamus. Pause 2S. However, as we have explored throughout this journey, the true power to shape the future lies not in the ambiguous pronouncements of a 16th century seer, but in our active engagement with the present. It lies in our participation in the democratic process, in holding our leaders accountable, and in making informed, thoughtful decisions based on the realities of our time. Pause 3S. Nostradamus' legacy, while fascinating and enduring, serves as a reminder of the importance of critical thinking and the dangers of surrendering our judgment to fear, misinformation, or the allure of easy answers. The future, as always, remains unwritten, a canvas awaiting the brushstrokes of our collective choices and shared values.